Hey, how's it going, everybody? Celestial back here with some more Town of Salem. Um, Today I'm actually doing some post commentary. I didn't mean to, but I accidentally recorded this video without audio, and I seem to be doing that a lot recently, and I don't mean to. And yeah, so I'm just gonna talk over this one. Um, so it's another serial killer game, and literally every time I record, I swear I'm an evil roll, which I guess I'm fine with, but I'm also like, because I do much prefer being a town roll. But we'll roll with the punches. So you'll see here, I just typed something, just, seem somewhat friendly, have the evils not attack me. You'll see later on in this video that I did make a mistake, but in the end it kind of helps me out a little bit. No, tonight we're going for William Hobbs. Just some kind of target who didn't speak or talk at all night one. Um, and we start making our will. Now, I like to make 2 wills. Sometimes I make 3, just because I don't know what I want to claim yet. So I typically go with whatever the investigator would pop me up as. So like, Doc, SK, Disguiser. There's no possible way to be a Disguiser in this game, and you wouldn't really want to claim Disguiser, so I have a Doc role. And then I go with Sheriff. And you'll see Sheriff kind of does actually look out for me. So we're just sitting here going through. William Hobbs is down for the count. Now you might notice I am playing in Classic. It's because I didn't want to think too much tonight. I kind of wanted to just do my own thing. So yeah, we're chilling. This video is going to be a little bit later than the ones that I try to do. I try to do around noon Eastern, but I ended up not being able to record anything, and I didn't have any pre-recorded videos yet because I did use them for yesterday and Sunday when I was out. So yeah, I wasn't expecting to be called into work today, but they had a bit of an emergency, so I went over. We're fine. But yeah, that's the reason why this video is slightly delayed. Um, So what I try to do is I just try to chat, say something every day, uh, and I don't completely agree with that mindset because if you're not contributing useful information to town, then you're more likely to be made up as a suspicious target. Um, but in the end, it does kind of work out. So here everyone's pushing up Ryan Benach, and I was thinking to myself, do I want to appear more like town? And I'm like, well, town wouldn't really just randomly try and match. And I'm like, well, actually, this town is. So I did eventually actually vote for him. Here I'm checking out the chat log, seeing, who actually put Ryan up, and I'm kind of looking out for who I think might be the Mafia. So I did accidentally kill the framer day one. Bit of a shame, just because as serial killer, you do want to try to keep the Mafia alive for at least till mid-game. And then by mid-game, you want to try to have, like, one Mafia member alive. Because if you get to late game and Mafia finds you, which they actually just found me tonight, so, 3 people down and all of the Mafia know who I am, well, I could be Executioner, but there's only 2 roles I could possibly be. They're going to piece it together that I'm the serial killer. So, I did hit Jester, which is really bad, so there's only 1 town dead, and 2 Mafia know who I am. So I'm just sitting here, and I'm thinking, alright, let me try to blend in with town again. So that's what I'm doing. Just like, alright, who is role locked? And then Where is Vlad? Vlad claims that he's escort, and he roadblocked Townie. So we're actually going to push up Townie here because, well, I'm not really sure. Town really trusted Vlad. And I wasn't completely about it at first, but I was like, well, I'm the serial killer, you know. It's kind of alright for me to push this up. I vaguely remember when I was recording this, I treated it as if though I was recording audio, and I was just explaining, like, you know, how dumb it was that Townie's being pushed up, and then I thought for a second that he was the retributionist, but no, he just wanted to be rezzed. Spoiler alert, there is no retributionist in this game. And now everyone's saying if he's in, he'll lynch Vlad tomorrow, which isn't good. You know, Vlad's claiming escort, and no one really has a counterclaim against him. You know, everyone just decided since Townie was Robloxed, he got pinned onto the board with this. Now, Townie is actually the doctor, and I tell him, well, that's stupid. You have to claim on the podium. If you're Townie and you get voted up, you have to claim, and then you have to post the vote. Otherwise, you're just gonna die. You're gonna be guiltied against. So at this point, it is almost common sense that if you are put on the podium, post a will, post a claim, because otherwise you are going to be put as guilty. Even as Jester, sometimes I actually do post a will and a claim just to make it seem a little bit more suspicious. Jester is actually one of my favorite roles to play, just because when I play Jester, I just drop those real subtle hits that, you know, something seems off about me. I'm not going around, I'm not blasting myself to everybody. I'm not just being like, guys, I'm better than all of you, so don't kill me. Today I killed Ryan Banach. I don't remember why I decided to do that. Kira's like, who do I want to heal as doctor? And I'm like, let's go with Gobo. And then Gobo just died in the background. I'm like, oh, well, I can't go with Gobo then. Doing Roblox. Gobo was the Godfather. Strange, but interesting. Oh, that's right. One thing to note here is I made a real big emphasis on this in the recording. But you notice that the Godfather was actually killed by the veteran and not the mafioso who should have been sent. Now, what this means is the escort roadblocked the mafioso. And Frogger picked up on this. I didn't want to cause too much attention to it. But Frogger is correct. Like, whoever was Roblox is confirmed mafioso. Or the new Godfather. Now, I actually want to try to keep them alive because, well, it's mid-game and there's still a lot of talent left, so I need help killing them. So I did decide, you know, I'm not going to try to push up this Godfather. So, I forget who we actually eventually pushed up. Oh, everyone wants to push up Vlad. In the end, that didn't actually happen. Vlad is the escort, and I did want to try to keep him, just because I can pin, you know, I can pin that onto somebody else. Now, for a second, I did actually think that Wyatt was the new mafioso. I'm pretty sure Vlad did actually say who he Robloxed. So I'm just looking around today. I'm looking at who to kill. I'm thinking about Sam. I was thinking about it. And then I decided against it. I was thinking to myself, well, they might be Executioner or something. Then I decided, alright, let's not go with Sam. Sam, I don't really need to hit the executioner. Just thinking, well, I don't really need to hit Vlad right now, because Vlad probably has the lookout on him, and that's the last thing that I want right now. So I ended up with Vladimir, found out his defense was too strong, and then I confused myself a little bit. I was wondering to myself, oh, wait, who is the Godfather, and who's the Executioner? Because for a second, I thought Sam might be Executioner, and so I'm thinking around. I'm like, alright, what do I want to post as my will? So I say Wyatt is suspicious, and I'm gonna try, or well, I do that for night 4. And I want to try to actually make myself look like town right now. So I decide actually to post this. And I tell town, hey, Wyatt is suspicious. I don't know, actually, I don't know who Wyatt is, what he is. But, you know, I want to try to look like town. So, I don't know when to do it, but I know I do it at some point today. There we go. I'm thinking about it. And they're saying to claim, and I'm like, alright, yeah, this seems like a good time. I'm like, well, I did come up as suspicious, and now I think I have the town's trust. So now we're pushing up Wyatt. Now, here's where one of the problems actually occurred. I'll just wait a second, because I don't want to spoil it, since I already know what happens. Wyatt says, I swear I'm not Mafia. I don't know what Wyatt is. I wasn't paying too much attention. But, you know, he doesn't have a goodwill. I'm thinking that he actually might be Jester, instead of Sam. So, I eventually go along with guilting this, just because, well, I want to appear like town. You know what? I found it interesting now that Vladimir actually voted innocent. And Wyatt says, I'm Godfather, not Mafia. And he says, I grew. This is where the first mistake rose. I did say that I was sheriff, and then I did pin Wyatt as a suspicious target. And I'm thinking in my mind now, like, oh, if someone has any kind of brain cells, they're gonna realize that my will's a bit of a fake. Because I can't tell, or I wouldn't have been able to tell that Wyatt was suspicious. But you know what? I went along with it anyway, and I was just like, alright, cool. So I'm a confirmed sheriff now. Which I'm not confirmed at all. If I caught him like a couple days ago, maybe I could have been maybe somewhat confirmed as a sheriff. But, you know, I just had to earn some kind of somewhat of the town's trust. And now I'm thinking around like, oh, I don't know who is what. So I pinned Vladimir as suspicious as well. I don't know what his role is, but I don't really want it. At this point, I'm just kind of trying to get rid of Moortown. So, if you're playing along, paying attention, you'll know that there's a medium, an RT, executioner or a jester, serial killer, and a sheriff left. Oh yeah, that's right, veterans down. So, you know, I have to somewhat think about this. I have to really kind of, you know, embellish anything that I can. So I'm trying to earn the town's trust a little bit more. That's the medium down. So Vlad says he RB'd Lucre, so he's not sus. I'm trying to pin Vladimir as possibly the serial killer. So I'm actually asking if the escort robloxed Vladimir yet. And Vlad says that I have not. So I'm like, alright, let's pin Vlad then. So this is when I think I start getting the actual trust of the town. And I'm just trying to lie. I'm just thinking of anything I can just to get rid of more town members. At this point, I couldn't keep track of actually who the executioner was. I figured Vlad was, even though he claimed escort so countless times. But you know, it works out, and we actually do manage to push up Vlad. Now he does claim that he's neutral, you know, evil. He's the executioner, but I'm like, well, we have to go through with this. It's so weird, actually, doing post commentary. It's weird just because I'm thinking about what I could talk about, and I could talk about a lot of stuff, but I'm also trying to mainly focus on the game, and it's a weird kind of balance. Um, so here I'm just saying, if you aren't guilty, then secondary or Frogger is, so I'm just like, must be Frogger then. So this is where I do actually go for the escort. And I'm thinking to myself, I kind of hope he goes on to Frogger, just so that I can pin Frogger as the serial killer Phil Lucre. I am this close to winning the game if I can just get some of these guys' trust. Frogger doesn't have a claim right now, so you know, there's a lot of suspicion onto him. But Vlad can't confirm either of us, so he decided to roadblock me. That's why I was gonna attack him anyway. I just can't pin Frogger for his death now. So I have to either make Lucre lynch Frogger or Frogger lynch Lucre. So it's a little crazy. It's a little hectic. If I were paying attention more, I probably could have played this in a more smoother way. But I was just saying to myself, well, I'm confirmed, so it's Frogger. And then Frogger's claiming RT medium. And then since Lucre claims sheriff, I immediately switch my focus onto him. So, you know, I'm just like, oh, I'm so sorry, Frogger. He's like, oh, that's no problem. At least, you know, you're not throwing. Tell him I almost threw just to gain some kind of trust from him. I really want to make sure that we get this. So we do push up Lucre here. And, you know, he begs for his life. You know, of course, I'm the sheriff. But he never posts his will. So, in fact, I guess he really doesn't say much of anything, does he? Secondary color is SK. And then I'm like, post a will, my dude. And then, you know, just the icing on top of the cake. I just like, just a little tip for the future. Make a will. So Frogger is super hyped. He's just like, oh my god, we just won the game, guys. Awesome job. I'm so happy we did all this. And then I break the news to Frogger. And I do genuinely feel pretty bad for Frogger. I'm so sorry, Frogger. I didn't want to come to this, but then it did. Why'd you do this to me? So we go through the whole night. I just tell him, I feel bad, but like, GG. So that's the game. I really was not expecting to win this, and I don't know if I deserve to win this. If the town was really paying more attention to what I was saying, to what I was doing, to my obviously fake will, then I think I could have probably been lynched a while back. But it never really got to that. No one really gave me a second thought except for Vlad. But because of that, the town lost, and I was able to pull ahead. And that's kind of how neutral killing goes right now. In the game, it's very hard. It's very difficult to win with neutral killing unless uh, the town messes up. You know, if you're Mafia, you can control the town a little bit better, but if you're neutral killing, you're kind of forced to, you know, use what the town's given you, and use their mistakes against you. You can't kind of forcibly create mistakes like the Mafia can. But either way, that's the game. I just want to thank you all for watching, and I'll see you